Think of the world we could live in if people stopped resisting what they were feeling and started processing it in healthy ways.
This is the Deep Dive with Adam Roa.
Oh, what is up, Deep Divers? Thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Deep Dive podcast. It is just you and me today. That means this is a musing, which I like to call these kind of intimate, just you and me in your ear or speaker or room or car, bathroom, restaurant, whatever it is. It's just you and me today. And today's topic is actually about how to move your energy and how to be with uncomfortable emotions without resisting them. And this is a very important topic to me because I think sometimes it can be confusing when you hear over and over, don't be in resistance. Don't be in resistance to what comes up, right? And then yet at the same time, you're being told, move it through. Like, okay. And hold a high vibe, be in your highest vibe state. Yeah, but I feel really upset. Okay, but get to a high vibe. Like, what are we even talking about? So I want to cover that today. And if you're watching on YouTube, yes, these glasses are actually my blue blocker glasses that I got. I think they're quite stylish. I think I'm going to become one of those people who just wears sunglasses, colored lenses all the time. But you may not know what these do. They block the blue light that comes from your devices, like your phone and your computers, to help reduce eye fatigue and headaches and all of that, because I was getting that because I was on the computer so dang much recently for the Create community. And Create, if you don't know, is the collective renaissance of education, art, transformation, and entertainment. We have free live streamed online events every single day. Things from yoga class, singing class, cooking class, open mic nights, acoustic concerts from different artists, all sorts of things happen in there, and it's completely free. I hope you join. And, that reminds me, guess what? We're launching our premium membership. And this premium membership, I'm so excited to tell you about it. This is not me selling you on anything. I'm excited for this because I get messages from deep divers and other social media all the time saying, hey, are you doing another coaching program? How can I work with you? Do you have any workshops coming out or anything like that? Well, guess what? I have not wanted to offer anything like that for a while. My last group coaching program was, I want to say, a year ago. And it's been a while since I've had an offering like this. And I'm stoked because that last group coaching program called the Dojo was somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500 a month to be a part of. And this one is a membership and a coaching program wrapped in one, all for $297 a month. Literally, you will get the benefits of a membership. You'll get access to premium events. You'll get access to all the replays of content. You'll get access to monthly incentives and offerings as being a part of a membership. And the group coaching aspect, I have assembled a super team of the most epic facilitators that I know in a variety of different areas of life. They are the best of the best that I know, and I've brought them together to lead a weekly group coaching call every single week. A different facilitator every single week. And all of that for $297 a month. And here's the best part. If you're listening to this and it's before May 18th, I want you to know that you're in the early bird window. That means that we are going to give you your first 60 days of membership for $149 a month. 50% off of your membership to this. That means 4 facilitated group coaching programs, group coaching calls, plus all of the other goodies, the monthly offerings and the incentives and the premium events, all of that for $149 a month for your first 2 months. Like I said, I charged over $1,000 for my last group coaching program. So this is my response to all of you. Thank you for your messages asking, how can we work together? When will you lead another program? Thank you. And here it is. And I, again, am so excited to talk about this because I don't know of a better value. One of the facilitators in it, Blue, to do a session with her is more than $400 for one session. And yet here you can get a whole month for $149 in the early bird, $297 normally. And there's a 14-day money back guarantee. If you decide that you don't like it after 2 weeks, great, we'll give you your money back. This is about giving you the space to grow and evolve and doing it where you don't feel like it's some big risk. This is making it easy for you. What I want people who are serious about growing, serious about expanding. If you want regular insights, if you want regular experts, if you want monthly offerings that are all designed to support you in being your best self and designing your best life, then I highly encourage you to take advantage of this, because I have people who've been telling me it should be more expensive, and we may later on down the line make it more expensive, but right now I want to create this for you. So I have, and it is up. It is available. Go to thecreatecommunity.com, click on premium, and enroll. I'm stoked to see you in there. All right. That's enough of that. I could talk about that all day. I feel so lit up by the ability to have that offering for you. And today, the actual topic that we get to dive into is how to move your emotion without being in resistance to it. And this is actually going to be pretty simple. This is actually going to be pretty simple, which is resistance to it stems from believing that it's not supposed to be there. I want to repeat that again. Your resistance to what you are feeling is stemming from the belief that it is not supposed to be there. And when you can acknowledge and accept and embrace the fact that whatever is happening inside of you is what is, there's no resistance to it. There's no, it shouldn't be like this. This is what is. It puts you into a state of, okay, I accept that. I accept that this is. Right there, the resistance drops. You are no longer in resistance to what is because you have accepted it. The next step is, how do you choose to be with it? And this is different than resistance. Let's say that I'm experiencing deep levels of sadness. I'm like, it shouldn't, let's say someone passed away, right? This person, they passed away. They were taken too young. I wish it didn't happen. No. That's resistance. Shouldn't be that way. I am saying this reality shouldn't be that way. I'm saying, I don't want to be sad. I've been doing all this personal development work and I feel like it's not working and I just don't want to be sad. I want to be happy. I am in resistance to what is. We let go of both of those, right? Okay, this person passed away. That is what is. I am incredibly sad despite all of the personal development work that I've been doing. I'm still sad in this moment. I accept that. Great. What do I choose to do? Do I want to continue to be sad? No. Okay. I'm not resisting it. I'm not saying it should be different. I'm saying I am sad and I would like to change that. Great. How do I change that? This is where your toolkit comes in. This is where you get to decide. How do you want to be with that? What works for you? I've shared so many times about what works for me. I've released it on podcasts. I have a book, Treat Yourself Like Someone You Love. I have an online course, all designed to give you the tools that I use. You can find them at adamroa.com. And it's up to you to develop your toolkit. Your toolkit will look different than mine. We may have a bunch of the same ones, a bunch of the same exercises. You've heard me speak about meditation. You've heard me speak about journaling. You've heard me speak about, if you follow my Instagram, you know I love to take baths. You know I exercise to move energy. Literally this morning, I woke up, I was meditating. I got frustrated because I could feel it in my system. Things within my business, certain people didn't do what they say they were going to do. And so in my meditation, I had a lot of frustration come up. And I was being interviewed on a podcast at 11 a.m. And at 10:15, I was like, I do not want to show up on this podcast interview in a state of frustration or anger. So what do I want to do to move it? Remember, only through saying, I accept this, do I then move into the stage of, okay, what do I want to do about what is? If I say I shouldn't be like this, this is just all I shouldn't be upset about this. Then I will exist in the spiral of not accepting what actually is, and that prevents me from truly moving it. So what did I do at 10:15? I went outside and I ran sprints on the hills of my neighborhood for 15 minutes. And then I ran back inside and I jumped in the shower. And then I got in front of my computer and I meditated for 5 minutes. And then I got on the podcast. Was I frustrated? No, not really. That frustration moved out. Was I charged? Absolutely. I was still charged. That energy was still there in me, but it had moved out of frustration because I'd moved it by sprinting up these hills. And so I brought energy into that. And again, the acceptance of what is me saying, okay, clearly this energy is meant to be here. For whatever reason, this energy is what has wanted to be here for this interview and this podcast I'm doing with you right now. I have a bit of that energy in me right now. Cool. I hope you like it. That is what is. And so how you move it is not what this podcast is about. Those tools are readily available. I've spoken to them. They're available. You can look them up anywhere you want. You can go to adamroa.com if you want mine. You can go back through my past podcast or YouTube videos and you can find those tools and those exercises and my breakdowns of those. This is in helping you understand how to accept what is, and how by doing that, you actually step into phase 2, which is how do you want to be with it? You could be incredibly sad, say, this is what it is. I don't want to be sad. And I'm going to just choose to cry. I'm going to sit here and cry. You could say, I want to be sad and sit there and cry. But that crying, that could be moving it out, or that could be cycling in the sadness. I don't know. You'll know. You need to be honest with yourself. Hey, have I just been sitting here crying for the last 20 or 30 minutes because I want to feel like a victim, because whatever, or is this moving it through? That's a fine line. That's awareness that you get to have. You develop that awareness as you develop the relationship with yourself, because as you develop your relationship with yourself, you're going to start to notice the nuances of that relationship. You're going to start to notice when all of a sudden the craving that you have for that particular food is supportive of you, and when that craving is actually wanting to avoid. I am able to notice when I want to pick up my phone because I want to avoid something that I'm feeling, and when I pick up my phone because I'm inspired to do something. And without noticing the nuances in my body, without actually being able to see them and pay attention to them, and without having developed that relationship, I don't catch those moments. I pick up the phone and I think it's supportive all the time, or I pick up the phone and I think it's not supportive all the time. You get to develop the relationship with yourself so that you can catch the nuances, so that you can become more effective in how you process your emotions. And the processing of those emotions begins with the acceptance of those emotions, by dropping the resistance to what is. Thank you for being in this work. Thank you for being in the inquiry of how we can continue to show up as the best version of ourselves. If this has been helpful to you in any way, I ask that you please share it out, subscribe on YouTube, leave a review on iTunes and Spotify, all the places. Let your friends and family know. Let's spread the word so that other people also know how to drop the resistance. Think of the world we could live in if people stopped resisting what they were feeling and started processing it in healthy ways. Imagine what would be possible. So thank you for being a part of that movement and that progress. I want to remind you that always, in all ways, you are seen, you are heard, and you are loved.